like to give a big shout out to our sponsors at Combat Vet CBD. Combat Vet CBD is not only for veterans, it's for you too. Their CBD and Delta 8 products are high quality, full spectrum, and cheaper than all of their competitors. If not, they will match anyone's prices. CBD is all natural and better than pharmaceutical alternatives. Say no to narcotics that make you into a zombie and say yes to Combat Vet CBD. Go to combatvetcbd.com and use the word CULT. That's CULT, CULT, at checkout and save 30% on all products. Hello and welcome to the show. This is the Cult of Conspiracy, and my name's Jonathan.
I'm Jacob.
And today we have back Bo Lewis, anti-slave question everything. What's up, my dude?
Hey boys, how you guys doing tonight, man?
Great, brother.
Swell. My Steelers are on TV. We're about to punch it in the end zone and win this game.
If you say so.
Yeah, that'd be good for the new year, right?
That would be tight. Yeah.
Great way to start that shit off, huh?
Yes. But, dude, every single time we've had you on the show, the cult members love you. They love all the information that you present. You go balls deep on every single thing that you research. And so, hey, dude, people catch on. People understand they know a good researcher whenever they see one.
No doubt.
And
yeah, go hard on it.
Yeah, dude. So, for anybody that maybe this is their first time listening, give yourself a little shout out, dude. Tell the people where they can find you.
Okay. All right. Yeah. What's up, guys? My name's Bo Diggles, and I'm here to spread some truth in a world of lies. I have a podcast called Anti-Slave QE, stands for Anti-Slave Question and Everything. You can find that at like Spotify and shit, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. I got a YouTube. I'm on TikTok, everything. But just at Anti-Slave QE. If you look it up, you'll find me. But yeah, that's my little shameless self plug right there. Thank you.
Man.
Hell yeah, good shit. Go follow them. Go find them on Apple. Go find them on YouTube. Everywhere that you can go follow people.
Absolutely.
You go and do the stuff and the things.
And the stuff.
Yeah.
Anyhow, look, we want to get into the meat and potatoes. So what exactly are we talking about today? I know it's going to be great.
This is going to be crazy, bro.
Let's go.
This is going to be crazy, bro. Like, okay, so this is one that I've gone balls deep on this, like to the point where I was talking to, I guess I'll just say anonymous friends of this person. Like, okay, I went balls deep on this shit. But what I want to talk to you guys about tonight is this man his name's Stephen Marlowe. Okay. And he was an Ohio shooter who killed 4, and he's been arrested after a manhunt. I'm just reading this off the New York Times. But so Stephen Marlowe was a guy who went and he committed a horrible crime. Okay. And I want to disclose this. Like, this is not anti-slave. This is not Bo being the devil's advocate for this guy, because what he did was horrible. However, I'm just kind of trying to poke into the mind of him and see exactly what pushed him to do this.
It's a dangerous place to go into the mind of somebody like that.
But society is like obsessed with going into the mind of serial killers right now, right?
Oh, yeah.
Have you noticed that?
Every single serial killer documentary.
Specifically white women.
Oh, yeah.
They
love that shit.
They are
White
the
chicks love
fucking
that
root
shit, dude.
cause of it all, man. But anyway, I swear to God, I will die at the hands of one. Like, the way my life is going, like, a white woman's going to be the reason I die one day.
You might not live a super long life
and
die of
my
natural
wife.
Causes.
Who knows? It might be my ex-wife.
I'd be totally okay. I'd be okay with it if I was getting like suffocated with booty cheeks or something. If that was my way to go, I'd be like, dude, this is tight. This is tight.
With my luck, that is not how the white woman would kill me. It would be more stabby.
Stabby, dude. Misery like shit. Break your fucking ankles.
If I was gonna see it happening for myself, I think one of them will just lose their mind one day and just stab me. And it's fine.
Hey, dude, you live and you learn. That's just how life is. You can't live with them. You can't live without them.
Right.
But anyway, I want to get back on the topic. What are the holes that you were poking into this whole Stephen Marlowe deal?
Okay, so the thing that's really, really crazy about this, and I literally saw this happening in real time, in real fucking time. The day that this happened, okay, the day that he went out and he killed those 4 people, and he killed an elderly couple, and then he killed a lady, and then he killed her daughter.
No, hold on.
Right.
When was this?
This happened. Let me pull this thing. It says August 7th of 2022 is when this New York Times article was posted. Headline says Ohio shooter who allegedly killed 4 has been arrested, followed by manhunt. Police say.
Okay.
Prior to him committing this crime, he released a video on the internet, onto TikTok, and I actually have this video. Basically, he said that he was a victim of mind control, and he was a victim of like MK Ultra type shit. You know what I'm saying? And this guy lives about 15 minutes away from Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, which has been known to be a spot of some tomfoolery.
Okay.
And,
okay, why don't you can you possibly send me over that TikTok? I'll show it up to the cult members. All right, here we go.
Hey guys. So Mom, Dad, Kevin, Carrie, Brendan, I just want you to know I love you more than you will ever know. I could not have asked for a better family. What you cannot comprehend is that we have been attacked by this weapon our entire lives, and the attack against me personally is one of the most vicious attacks a human being has ever faced. I have tolerated the most inhumane torture in hopes that the FBI and CIA would come to my defense, but they have failed to come to my aid. My only hope is that you come to understand what has happened here. When the world realizes what has happened, there will be justice, but I cannot sit by and be a victim any longer, and I refuse to sit by and do nothing while my nieces and nephews and the rest of my family are operated on with mind control. Our thoughts are not private. It is disgusting and it is cruel. I will be launching the first counterattack against mind control in human history. I want to be very clear, this will not be an active shooting event. I will be executing some of the people responsible for activating shooters. If I happen to survive, please visit me in prison, if only to see the same man you have always known, rather than the victim of some mental disorder that does not exist. What you may not understand is that I will gladly die to expose this, and I will gladly die to help one other victim discover the truth of what has happened. If I can help another targeted individual fight back against telepathy, then the sacrifice will be well worth it. To any TIs who read this, understand that your attackers use the form of ventriloquism I describe in the paper to move your thoughts, but your thoughts can also move their mouths. To my friends in Chicago, Lexington, Dayton, and all over the world, get this email out to everyone you know. The most horrific weapon ever made is being used on human beings, and if you ever learn the truth, you will understand what I did here to protect myself and my family. Get this out to other TIs, other voice hearers, so the world has a chance to fight back. To my family, especially my nieces and nephews, I want you to understand that what I do here, I do for your future, and hope that you can live a life free of mind control. I love you guys.
Whoa.
He sounds like a very disturbed human being.
Dude,
I mean, wouldn't you be though if you were being fucking MK Ultra'd? You know?
Okay, but what's to say that he's not actually a psychopath who had lost his mind and was hearing voices? Like you said, the voice hearers.
That is the argument.
So that is the argument. But you have to look into the high amount of targeted individuals on Reddit. There's whole subreddits about it, right? There's whole Discord channels about it of people that are experiencing similar things. And this ties into, okay, so one thing that I would like to mention is that Eric Haas and Dylan Klebold, okay, the Columbine shooters.
Yeah.
Inside of the Columbine shooters journal, right? Inside of their journals, they both reported that there was a high-pitched buzz that they could hear all the time that was driving them crazy, right? Inside of both of their fucking journals, they said this.
I didn't know that. I've actually never heard that.
So, and they were right next to a place where they were doing shit like this too, bro. Like, so
around Columbine.
Yeah. Up in there, there was a crazy fucking frequency that was going on in that area. There was a whole like miniature documentary that somebody did on about it on YouTube.
I have never heard of this.
The
Holy
sketchy
shit.
thing about all of this shit is, dude, is that it's all documented. Like these are all like, we know that the CIA and the government is doing this kind of shit because it has been fucking released to the public to read. Like whenever you go back to MK Ultra, I don't know what the hell they're doing or what they're up to now. The level that they've, overcome.
Yeah.
I mean, compared to what they were doing back in the 60s and 70s. But we know for sure that whenever you send out a certain high pitch is a frequency. And a frequency is a vibration. A vibration can that's what we are.
Right.
So whenever you send out something that is may cause you just to lose your mind,
Sure.
like then for sure that exists. And if it does exist, guarantee you they have harnessed that power.
Well, it's
Definitely.
the same argument as like the 5G towers, right?
Yeah.
The 5G is scrambling people, bro. It's scrambling people.
That's my point.
I believe that. Yeah.
To say that MK Ultra isn't being used on people today in real time is to say that the 5G towers also are not emitting harmful frequencies. You know what I'm saying? They both are correct. Why not? You know, in the 60s and 70s when they were doing the experiments to MK Ultra, they were trying to figure out how to make it work. Now that they have a formula that works, absolutely they could be activating people.
Well, just as an example, and we talked about this before on the show. You remember whenever we were talking about how COVID really started, and some people were saying that it was because of 5G towers, right?
Okay.
And they were drawing the connection. Yes. They were drawing the connection because back whenever the fucking Spanish flu happened in the 1900s,
Yes.
in the early 1900s, that's whenever radio communication started.
You know, I've said
Train
this
theory,
multiple times. I would love to know what it was like to live on an Earth where there was no radio frequencies being emitted, right? We don't know what that would feel like because we've never lived in a world that didn't have that going on.
I'm not going to lie, dude. I would be perfectly, I know that it would suck not to have the internet, not to have radio, not
Air
to have,
conditioning,
everything. Yeah.
clean water,
all of that.
indoor plumbing.
But, I mean, people have done it since forever, up until 100 years ago, 150 years ago.
Thousands of years. Humans have lived off of what's necessities.
Right. And that's what we're built for. We're built to withstand the climate and all that shit. That's why we're a little hairy. You're a little bit hairier than me.
I am a hairy beast, dude. You are not.
So,
which is wild. You're from the north. I thought you come from a hairy people.
I was born in Arizona, though.
Dude, I'm from Louisiana. If anything, I should be bald because of the heat, but no, dude.
Bitch, I'm from Louisiana. That's
You know?
solid jam.
Louisiana.
Not that section, but yeah, I know some of them people.
Ed Ogeron. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right. So going into this, Stephen, Marlo,
I don't know if
I'm open to believing it, but I need to see a little bit more because
Yeah.
I for sure believe that this is happening. Like whenever you talk about all of these fucking mass shootings and every single one of these people who did these, mostly all of the mass shooters that go into schools, they're always doped up on some kind of antidepressant.
Some sort of murder pill. Always.
Something, right? So
Always.
they've gotten it down into a pill form, obviously, and who's to say that, you're not sending some kind of crazy frequency that's going to manipulate you even harder?
Now, with that being said,
I'm open to that.
I personally don't believe that he was MK Ultra'd. I believe that, and this is just me personally, and this is just with the information that I have.
Yeah,
currently.
we don't know yet. Don't
just-
make a statement like that yet.
Just currently at.
Oh
This,
yeah, I got some more. I got some more,
All
Jacob.
right, all right.
Okay, yeah. We don't want to jump to conclusions. We've heard
I'm
one or
just-
two things.
If I was going to do a mass shooting of some type, right? Why wouldn't I make a video telling people that the government made me do it and it's my brain and it's all that? It's not really me. I'm trying to be a hero and then go do some
Is
crazy
this guy
shit.
dead, by the way, or is he in jail?
He's in prison right now. He's in Dayton prison.
Okay.
So yeah, he can still be written to and reached out to and shit, but
Okay.
I haven't gone that far.
Dude, we should have him on the show.
I don't think we could even.
Hey,
do
if they
that.
can get Tiger King on the show in
Literally.
some way, I guarantee.
I was a fucking chimo and a murderer. What the fuck? Dude?
Yeah, well, the whole thing is, dude, is that, prisons are privately owned. So they don't run, they're not governed by the same laws that you think would be run by.
I'm
so,
joking. I don't want to have an actual murderer on the show.
I mean,
I'd fucking do it.
Eh.
I'd
there
fucking
are
do
some
it.
murderers
They do it
you
on
would have
true
on.
crime shows. I'd fucking do it. No, I probably wouldn't do it.
I mean, people in the military are kind of murderers, bro.
I disagree.
You don't think you're murdering people?
No.
What is
Oh
that?
Jesus!
Wait, time out. Killing and murdering are not the same word.
I mean, it's all about the context. I get what you're trying to say.
Murdering is somebody who cannot fight back, right? Like if I have your hands tied behind your back and I put a gun to the back of your head, that's murder. Okay? that you had no chance of anything that could happen for you.
There's definitely people who get gunned down in the military who are nothing to do with war, though.
Sure. I'm not saying that murder doesn't happen, but I'm saying, like, as a whole, the military, I wouldn't say majors in the business of murder. They major in the business of killing, for sure. 1,000%.
That's a blurry line.
How?
I don't know. I don't want to go on that one.
Do you murder an animal or do you kill an animal?
I just see them as the same thing.
Okay, so hold on, pause. And no, we're gonna take a second for this tangent.
Okay.
Hold on, because this is some serious
Oh
shit.
God.
Whether you're murdering or killing,
Hold
like,
on,
it's
hold
the
on.
same thing.
So you're telling me if me and you both have guns, pistols in our hands right now,
Uh-huh.
and we start shooting and one of us dies,
Yeah.
that is the exact same thing as me tying your hands behind your back, putting a gun to the back of your head, and killing you. That's the exact same thing to you.
No.
Right.
But that's not
One
the
of
example
those-
that I gave you.
No, but I'm saying one of those is a killing and one of those is a murder, right?
Sure, I guess you could say that.
That's my point.
I'm talking about, just the example that I gave. Like sometimes fucking people, are victims of war that were never meant to be a part of that war.
Yeah, that's a death. And that's a murder. They were an innocent bystander that were killed because of something that had nothing to do with them.
But
That
that's
is
not
a
a
murder.
killing. Yeah.
That would be a murder, yes.
Okay, that's all I'm saying.
But I'm not saying that the military does that like as a whole. That's not their job. Accidents happen, yes. But like I wouldn't say that the military is America's murdering force. I would say it is America's fighting force and killing force. You know what I'm saying? Because murder is a very negative thing. And
I need to do more thought on that.
Okay.
I need more time on that one.
Yeah.
Because I would venture to say that they're a lot closer in terms than what they seem.
One is I don't understand what the difference here. To like what's your problem with where's the disconnect? I'm trying to figure that out.
What, between the murder and killing?
Yeah, murder is when they have no chance to do anything about it. Killing is when they have the opportunity and one of you came out on top.
Okay, I just want to put this out there. At the heart,
Yeah,
I'm a full-on hippie.
I'm aware.
I'm anti-war all day.
Oh, fair.
That's just how I am.
And I
Now,
am so
I think-
pro-war.
I'm anti-war because who gets rich during wars, bro?
I understand.
Is it me or you? It ain't me and you.
That's
Me and you
fine.
are getting fucked during every war.
I agree, but I also think that it's the only thing America does well anymore, and we have to stay going because that's the only way that we succeed.
I mean, the biggest war that America has ever fucking fought was against its own people.
Agreed. That's
The
still
military's
being
gone
waged.
completely woke now too.
Dude, it is
Zazer.
sad.
We're fucked. We're fucked.
It
We're
is
fucked.
so
We're
sad.
60,000 under, bro.
We're
what we
60,000
need.
under in the Army right now. That's just in the Army alone.
We're fucked.
But
We're
and that's
fucked.
it's not even that. Even if they had the numbers, even if we had something happen and we had this massive group of just patriotism come up from this younger generation and join, right? Cool.
Couldn't.
First of all, half of them can't.
They can't.
Half of them, we don't want them to join because they're either A, overweight, B, on some sort of antipsychotic, anti-depression, anti-God knows what, because life sucks for them, I guess.
Yeah.
And they're in some sort of a waiver category where like they have to make an exception for them to join. Obesity is so big in this country right now that it's really just a
Dude,
sad situation.
Totally. I must have heard this on the Cult of Conspiracy. I must have been listening
Probably.
to you guys.
I mean,
I'm regurgitating information I
it's
heard from you
possible,
guys.
man.
That's
It's-
funny, dude.
It comes, but a lot of people are saying the same thing. And what's
Same
really
shit.
scary to me is that like we still have like for instance, my wife's little cousin is at boot camp right now for the Marine Corps, right? Solid kid. He's going to do great there and I know he will. We still have people that want to serve. You know what I'm saying? We still got them for now. But I'm saying that the caliber is getting lower. The quality
Yeah.
is going the standard is dropping. Therefore, the
Correct,
quality
yeah.
of soldier, marine, sailor is dropping. Therefore, the quality of our military is dropping. And that's not just America, that's across the world. There's only a few countries I could see that are doing the right thing for their military. China, sadly, is one of them. They're injecting their soldiers with testosterone.
Oh yeah, I totally.
As
heard
they
from you guys.
fucking
Yep.
should be.
I mean,
Yes,
yeah,
that's right.
if you're going to be injecting them, wouldn't you want like just a line of Captain Americas on your side?
And this is the whole point of the military.
Super soldiers.
When they
all
bring a
day.
new thing to propose to the military, the only question is, how does this make us better at killing the bad guys? Go. If
Yeah.
it doesn't add to us, it takes away from us. All right. There we go. That's it.
All right, I just wanted to clarify something because I feel like I'm probably going to get roasted for that whole killing, murdering deal.
Okay.
I just want to say that although I am anti-war, doesn't mean I'm anti-military. Definitely pro-military.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't take it as you
Okay.
saying that.
Yeah. All right. I just want to clarify that.
All right.
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
Steven.
Let's talk about
Let's
this
hear more
guy.
about Steven because I really want to stay on topic here. I'm very interested to hear more of what you have to say. I want you to talk us into it. See,
Okay,
I'm
I
a
mean, I
bit
could talk to-
different. I'm a bit different. I want to be talked into things.
I hear you.
And Jacob's more like, I want to nitpick it before I can even fathom believing it. And not that either way is right or wrong.
I
It's
hear you.
just how our brains work.
No doubt.
No, I get it, boys. I've been nitpicking this myself too. You know, it's just the everything that's surrounding it is just so weird. And
Yeah.
like, so for instance, I seen this happening in real time, like I said. Initially the fucking the news articles that were coming out about this were stating stuff about the fact that he had posted a video talking about mind control. The next day, all of those news articles were gone. Okay. It was nothing to do with mind control. There was new news articles that were saying stuff that he had just lost his mind. He shouldn't have had a gun. You know, a bunch of shit about fucking, they pretty much knew this was going to happen. You know, this guy was a psycho fucking, you know, he was a nutcase, you know.
Now I see both sides of that coin as well, as the pessimist and the optimist on this case, because I could see them taking it down because they didn't want to make him, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like you said, you don't want to play devil's advocate to this murderer, right? So when they were saying, oh, he may have been a victim of mind control, he was mentioning some things, they may have realized, oh shit, that's not a good look. Yoink.
Oh, they weren't saying he was a victim. They were just saying this guy mentioned mind control. He's fucking crazy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The narrative that was going out there was talking about mind control, and they're like, no, that's not a good look. Take that back.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, he has mental issues. So I could see that. And or flip that coin. I could very much see this being, oh, Uncle Sam stepped in and said, no, that's not what happened. Here's what happened. And that's what you're going to do. I could see them both. I could see them both. So
not only were those news articles kind of just disappearing and it was being all hella weird and shit. I posted one video talking about him, right? I posted one episode talking about him. After I posted that episode, somebody that claimed knew him got in contact with me, right? They said that they were friends from childhood, blah, 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 blah. Kind of confided in me. You know, obviously I don't know this person's name. They're anonymous.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
Rando.
How can we verify? You know what I mean?
He sent me pictures of them together.
Okay. Solid.
So he sent me pictures of them together. He said, this is me. And then this is his wife, or not Stephen Marlowe's wife, but the wife of the person that was the friend there, because there was a third friend there, and it was the friend and the wife, and then he sent me pictures of the yearbook too. So I figured, because I asked the same too. I was like, how do I know? Like, you know, and this person first said to me they grew up with Steve, saw him as recent as last month at a funeral. No one suspected a thing. It's truly sad what happened, but that's not the Steve that I know. He destroyed a lot of families, but this is a major shock to all of us who know him. I cannot wrap my head around this. His email is absolute insanity and actually made me really sad for him. We knew he was having a little bit of mental struggle, but nothing like this. And he was referring to an email that Marlowe sent out additionally to
he was talking about it in TikTok.
Yeah, and he said the letter he sent out, and I pulled some of it out. It's literally a 44-page long letter. Whoa. And the friend sent it to me. This person and that's like another reason why I'm like, okay, this must be somebody that knows him, because he stated in the TikTok that he's only sending it out to people he knows to get it out to other people, right? This person saw me, I don't know, kind of saying, is this guy really crazy, or was he under attack by something, you know?
Right.
And then they took to that, because I mean, I don't know. I don't even really know how this person fucking found me. I posted it on a conspiracy Reddit page, and they happened to see it. At that point in time on the conspiracy Reddit page, it was hot, you know, because everybody that's a fucking out there was like, oh shit, fucking this guy's claiming mind control. Holy shit, MKO, what the fuck? So everybody was posting about it, right? And I came out with like the video on it pretty much the day that it happened.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. And
Dude.
then this person hit me up, and I have a whole fucking long string of talking to them, and like I said, they sent me pictures of them together. They sent me yearbook photos. They
So
sent me the email.
this
They sent
friend,
me the email.
this friend that was friends with Stephen Marlowe, like, I mean, is this friend believing that Stephen really was crazy, or is he saying, I
No.
don't know, look into this?
No. He thinks Steven is crazy. I'm sorry. He thinks Steven is crazy.
Okay.
And I was even talking to him like this person. I was talking to him like, well, I mean, I'm sure if you saw my video, like I think that there could be some sort of MK Ultra going on right now. Like you say this wasn't Steve that you've always known. And even after me saying that, he's just like, I don't know, man. I don't think so. I think that he just had a break. I just think he broke because this person's a total normie, but
okay,
hit me up.
All right. I mean, that's believable. But here's my thing. Okay. So he said, what did he call themselves? TIs. What did that stand for again?
Targeted individual.
Okay. Targeted individual. What do you believe made him think that? Like, was it? He said that there's other TIs to prevent other TIs or some shit, right? I mean, what
there's
do you
hella
think?
TIs, bro. There's hella TIs.
Like, what makes a person know that?
So let's get into this. So there's this thing that he mentioned in that called Havana syndrome. Okay. And I'm just going to read this off of Wikipedia. Havana syndrome is an alleged set of medical symptoms with unknown causes experienced mostly abroad U.S. government officials and military personnel. The symptoms range in severity from pain, ringing in the ears to cognitive difficulties, and was first reported in 2016 by U.S. Canadian Embassy staff in Havana, Cuba. Beginning in 2017, more people, including U.S. intelligence and military personnel and their families, reported having these symptoms in other places, such as China, New Delhi, India, Europe, Washington, D.C. The cause and validity of these illnesses have yet to be determined. So it says symptoms: hearing a sudden loud noise, pain in one or both ears, feeling a pressure or vibrations in the head, tinnitus, visual problems, vertigo, nausea, cognitive difficulties. And this is a literal, they named it. It's called, they named it. It's a thing called Havana syndrome that these motherfuckers experience when they're getting beamed.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Wow.
and it's a thing, and they specifically say that U.S. personnel and the people that know them in Stephen Marlowe's email. This is a fucking important little bit of fucking information here, boys. This in Stephen Marlowe's email, he states, and he has her fucking card, homie. Let me just type this shit in real quick. He states that he was at a bar and he got approached, right? And he got approached by two men and a woman. And the lady's name is Rachel Martland, and she's a Homeland Security chairman.
Oh, shit.
And he fucking got her card and went home with her friend that night.
I was going to say, it sounds like they were propositioning for a gangbang to me personally. I don't know. It sounded sketch to me. You go to a bar and you get approached by two dudes and a lady. It doesn't sound like the night's going to go swell for you.
No, he didn't go back with them. He went back with the friend of the lady, but he got the card from the lady, and she was a chairman at Homeland Security.
Damn.
A chairman of Homeland Security.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
is
bro.
that a state Homeland
They are
Security?
sketchy.
Is that a federal Homeland Security?
I don't know, dude.
They're-
I think,
you know what I'm
I mean,
saying?
personally, I think that like Homeland Security, that's in the same category as like the Men in Black. I think the Men in
Literally.
Black comes from that, bro.
Well, it depends. Now, keep in mind the Coast Guard is Homeland Security. They're not Department of Defense. You know what I mean?
oh
the,
yeah,
the Merchant Marines are. There's. I'm just saying.
there's
a
all different
lot
arms to it. Yeah.
But at the same time, of course, Homeland Security does have their more private sectors. Absolutely.
Yeah, I saw it in Transformers.
Right? Sector 7 is obviously real.
Dude. All right. I think they give out truths like that in movies just as little drops.
Oh,
Personally.
absolutely. I'm not saying that the Transformers are actually a real thing, but
No.
to say
Well,
that
they
the
might-
government has crazy underground bunkers and crazy organizations that are doing some shit that we don't know about, yeah, duh. That's kind of the entire premise of our show, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I actually saw that just recently. They found the world's largest underground tunnel. They found it.
Really?
And it was still like in use. Like the walls were still good. They were like not even like dirt floors. They were like fucking real nice.
Where
right?
was this, in Europe or in America?
This is, I believe it was on the border of America and Mexico.
Oh, well then, yeah, that's totally still being used.
Some cartel. I mean, maybe it's cartel, maybe it's
Yeah.
child trafficking, all
Both.
of the above.
Cartels are definitely the child trafficking, dude.
For sure,
They
There's
do anything
no-
that involves money.
There's
Human
no
trafficking involves
morality
money.
within any of that.
No.
Anyhow, yeah, keep on going, Bill.
Yeah. So, anyways, he had that run in with the lady from the Homeland Security, and then after, he basically just kind of kept losing his mind, and it does kind of fucking. You can see this in the email when you read it. Like I said, it was 44 pages. It was a deep fucking dive. I read the whole fucking thing, and there was just so many mentions of the fact of Dayton, Ohio, where they're being. He mentions in the email that he believes that he was trying to be programmed to be the Dayton shooter.
Wow.
The person, yeah. So, and he says that he thought that he was getting programmed to be the Dayton shooter, and that was a real thing. It fucking happened. And he was saying that he felt like he could feel like they were trying to get him to do something violent. They were trying to get him to do something violent, and this really kind of corresponds with what we see about the kid that shot up Uvalde. That kid. His counselor was intelligence. His counselor was literally intelligence, and the people tracked that down and found out that his counselor had fucking ties to hypnosis and intelligence.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's being worked on.
I remember hearing about that. Yeah.
Yeah. That kid was being worked on. This Club Q shooter. Okay. I did a thing on that talking about the Club Q shooting. And I did something about that,
That's the gay nightclub?
Yeah, the gay nightclub that got shut up, right? The dude that fucking ran up in there, dude, you watch the fucking video of him in the courtroom, right? He's sitting there like this. You can barely keep his head up, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking two handlers right next to him, talking to it in his ear the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude.
Say this, or this,
and
homeboy.
That's the thing. We know that this shit goes on. This is not a conspiracy at all. It's a fact. Yeah, they don't want to be talking about it out in the open, but it's very well known that this shit.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they have their certain puppets on their strings. So here's a fun little thing. All right, this is what actually goes on whenever you're at you ever seen those hypnotists? They'll be up on a stage and they're talking to a whole crowd, right? So here's the trick. I don't know if a lot of people know this, but I'm a hypnotist. I know a little bit about it. Okay. Do you know how they get those hypnotists on stage? How they get everybody to do exactly how they know who to call on stage? There's certain suggestions that the hypnotist will throw out there, and he sees that these people are starting to trick their own self into believing it. So
he throws a bone in the yard to see which dog will bark, and then he does that enough times to be like, okay, this person's the most agreeable out of the crowd.
Yes.
I'm going to pull this person
And that is how you get people to fucking bark on stage and quack like a duck and just do the dumbest things. I mean, but that's...
because their mind was already super ready to be hypnotized.
Now, that's show hypnosis. I don't want to... That's totally different from what I've learned. But, but it just goes to show that people are... There are certain people out there who are definitely more suggestive than others.
No
and
doubt.
And so I don't doubt it. I mean, these people they understand how the mind works. Not talking about the hypnotist, but the people that are actually doing this kind of shit, they understand how the mind works. They understand if somebody's really smart or very calculated or very suggestive, as we were talking about. And so I think that you can pinpoint exactly who would do this to carry out whatever kind of agenda that you have, whether it is banning guns, whether it is, whatever it is.
Well, see, that's the deal too. Now, we know the hypnosis works, right? That's a actual, is it medical practice or is it under the realm of psychology? I know it's admissible in court.
It depends on where you're at, honestly. Some people,
fair.
some countries call it actual, medical practice.
Okay, fair.
And, it just depends on where you're at.
But what I was saying is that is just hypnosis alone, right? Now let's introduce chemical compounds to that, i.e. drugging the victim.
Oh, they have clinical hypnosis too. I just thought of that.
Right, clinical hypnosis. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. I think that's more around the realm of psychology rather than medical.
Absolutely.
Right, yes. Yeah. So that being said, now you have somebody who's hypnotizing this person, but then let's also add in some antidepressants, right? Some inhibitors, and then boom, next thing you know, you have them doing exactly what you want.
Dude,
and everything's
Yes.
prescription, and everything was just counseling, and everything was absolutely, man.
yeah, we're called the Great Experiment for like a reason. You know what I'm saying? They're just
We as in America, or we
Yeah.
as in people?
America.
Well, yeah, the democracy. That's the experiment.
Right.
The longest running
That's
one
what
thus
they
far.
say, anyway. I think that we're just all being experimented on, personally.
Both.
I agree.
Both are
Um,
happening.
So that's how I think about all of it. And so they've gathered enough data to be able, like, over the years and years, the shit that fucking Hitler was doing, bro.
Right.
Like, yeah, we took him down, and so they say maybe he died somewhere else.
He
Who knows?
definitely escaped. But go ahead.
Maybe he went to Argentina, whatever.
Facts.
But you think they just took all of his information and burned it? No, bro. They took all of
No.
that shit. We literally had Project Paperclip, and all the Nazis came over with all of their science, and
dude.
what they were doing was fucking experimenting on people. That's literally what they were doing.
I'll tell you this. Not even talking about rockets and shit, right? Like NASA and all of that.
Right.
Let's even talk about, like, why we know about cold weather gear like we do now, and what the human body can take as far as ice water is concerned and freezing to death,
Torture, I'm guessing.
is because of what the Nazis were doing to the Jews. They were actually testing, like, their pilots' flight suits to, like, test the insulation to see how long it would take to kill this person. Okay?
Lab rats.
Now, they literally were using them as lab rats.
And I think that same shit is going on over here.
Oh, 1000%.
Whether out in the open, or maybe it's behind closed doors. I'm sure they have. How many people go missing, bro, from fucking Disney World every single year?
Oh my
You
God,
think
yeah.
yeah, they're probably getting harvested for their organs, but let's see if they'll dance like the little puppet we want them to first.
Right.
You know?
And then we know for sure that Disney has tunnels underneath. We've had people that have left Disney that used to work there. They say that was the tunnels that the cast members would take to go in and out without having to see all of the regular people. That's bullshit, and we know that.
Straight up.
Now, with that being said, I also want to get that disclaimer about the Nazis. I'm not saying that I'm glad that they did what they did so that we have the technology we have today. I am saying that we didn't take the information that they did from those horrible tests and burn it.
No, absolutely
we
not.
used the data.
All of it.
That's what I'm saying. The same thing you're saying. Everything that they were working on, whether it was the occult, whether it was cold weather gear, whether it was rockets,
yeah.
we didn't destroy their fucking work. We took it.
And all their magic with it.
All of their everything with it. All the good and the bad that came from it.
I mean, dude, Hitler was a dark magician, bro.
He was super into the occult.
Like, he was super into the dark magic. He wanted to win by motherfucking any means. And but that all goes back to exactly what we're talking about today. If we think that, they have all this data. You say data or data?
Depends. I typically say data, but I guess it really depends. I kind of find myself saying both.
Okay.
It's not like
You
kind
go
of like
both ways on
Caribbean or Caribbean. You know what I mean? Like I guess I technically say both.
Yeah, it's not Pirates of the Caribbean, though. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But anyway, yeah, I would say, they, as far as all the data that they've collected over the years, surely they've found a way to master it. And
Absolutely.
maybe Stephen Marlowe was a victim of it. Who knows? It's hard whenever you got somebody like that who even his friends are saying the motherfucker was just crazy. But I don't think that also discredits that it was going on, though.
That's the thing. Even if he is a psycho who just lost his mind, made a little video to just go on and on to make it seem like he was just this pawn in the big scheme, right?
Yeah.
What he's saying isn't incorrect. That's the problem. His actions are horrible, and maybe he was just talking some shit, but he's not wrong as far as what the government does.
All right. Add more to this puzzle, Bo. We want to know more.
So, I got little excerpts from the email and shit.
Perfect.
He said, my name's Stephen Marlowe. The most atrocious war crime in history is taking place. I'm currently 39 years old, and I grew up just north of Dayton, Ohio, in a small town called Vandalia.
Wait, pause. You said the most horrible war crime?
Yeah, he said, and the most atrocious war crime in human history is taking place.
It's not a war crime. It's in America. Okay, go ahead.
He's smoked, dude. Don't get it all wrong. This guy is smoked.
Okay.
He's
I mean,
smoked.
it would technically be a war crime.
I would be smoked too.
It has to happen in war on campaign for it to be a war crime. Like, we can't have a war crime happen because Afghanistan is going down when some shit happens in Boston. That's not a war crime.
As a TI, I feel like you feel like there's a war against you at all times.
Yeah, I think
and I'm not saying as a TI myself. I'm saying as a TI, as the research that I've done into the subreddits and the Discord panels that I've been on, listening to people who claim to be targeted individuals talk. it's like a constant war for their own mind. Is
Okay,
how they
fair
feel.
enough. All right.
So, I mean, I guess maybe that's just kind of a little of the understanding I get, but I get what you're saying. It's really not. It's not by definition a war
I'm just
crime.
throwing it out. Anyway, go ahead. Moving on.
But anywho's, he says the following document describes an ongoing terror attack taking place in the United States. I mailed this document to special agents in charge of the FBI, field offices in Chicago, Washington, and Minneapolis on Friday, 24th, 2022. He states, I haven't been able to discern the exact method of delivery, but I do not believe a microwave gun is being used. What I can tell you is that I deducted the vestibular system from personal experience, and I can prove it with the emails of the same documents before the episode was aired. And he's talking about the Havana Syndrome episode that was aired on 60 Minutes on NBC, where they go into talking about the people that were hearing the crazy shit. I'm sure my experience will seem bizarre to you at times, but the main point is that a human satellite system is responsible for these attacks, a human satellite system that surrounds their targets. It will be more clear once you've read this document. What I can tell you is that I've located a massive terror cell here in Dayton, Ohio, that is using this weapon on myself and countless other victims unbeknownst to them. I also happen to live 15 miles away from Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. So on the panels that I was talking to these people that were talking about being TIs, right?
Wait, you got on the panel to talk with these people? Yeah.
I was on a panel. I was talking with people that were claiming that they were TIs. Dude, like I said, I went balls deep on this shit when I heard this come out. I was like, what the fuck? So I was talking to other people that claimed that they lived in Dayton, Ohio, right? One guy, I was like trying to be supportive to him, but he was saying that he was getting fucking beamed and shit. And like, he was talking to me a lot. And then eventually he was like, you're part of them. And he fucking told me to go fuck myself. Yeah, literally. Like, he's like, and you're working with them.
The TIs, and I'm not trying to discredit those TIs. Don't think this is a hate-filled thing I'm about to say. I'm not. I am saying you get those kind of people, and it's like, all right, maybe he's a TI, maybe he's actually kind of crazy.
But maybe there's something to say about that, because
you have to be kind of crazy,
right,
to be susceptible to those brainwaves. You have to have the certain type of mind for them to be able to tap into you.
I see.
If you're fluoridated the fuck out, your third eye isn't open at all, you know? And this type of shit happens to people that have their third eye open, bro. Literally. Yeah, this type of shit happens to people that have their third eye open. That's why when some people go diving deep into conspiracies, they start going fucking crazy.
I mean, it's an easy thing to do.
Yes, it is. I've been there.
Yeah,
I've been there too. I've had times where I'm just like, yo, I need to fucking step away for like a week.
And then people want to give me shit for being black pilled. Like, I'm sorry. Do you not see it?
I'm super black pilled too, Jacob.
You know, it is.
It's like I don't want to be. I want to have hope, but like
I do,
fuck, dude.
I have hope, but the problem is I know how bad it's got to get, and it's gonna get a lot worse, and it's not exactly gonna get better.
Jacob has hope for his soul, not his human body.
Oh yeah, no, the flesh.
I feel the same too. I feel the same for my soul. I have hope for my soul. I know that I'm gonna be okay on the other side, but
I made my travel arrangements years ago, brother. I'm straight on that front. This flesh suit is fucked.
Yeah, I want to go on one of those fucking Viking boats, bro, and just have it lit on fire.
Bro, okay, did you know that they're changing the laws to where that's going to be allowed in America now?
Like in all the states?
Yeah, because I was looking into this, right? I don't want to have a full Viking funeral because I'm not a Viking, and I don't have any Nordic blood in me, right? However, ... to do a Cajun version of it would be pretty badass. You take a fucking Piro, you put my corpse in it, you fill it full of gasoline, and have somebody with a fucking compound bow and a flaming bow and arrow shoot me, put me in the middle of a pond. I don't have to like go and find my body down the bayou somewhere to put me in my pond, right? What's wrong with this?
Fuck that. I mean, yeah, I get that why you want to do that for sure.
That's dope as hell.
I want the full-on Viking boat experience.
But aren't you Nordic?
I don't know what the fuck I am. I never got my shit. I never did it. I'm scared to do it though because I don't want to
take your DNA.
I don't think. I know.
Okay.
They're taking people's DNA and fucking replicating it. That's why the owner or the person who created what's it called? Ancestry.
Mm-hmm.
The people who created Ancestry.com
23andMe or whatever it is.
and 23andMe,
okay,
they're both on the board for like fucking ABC, which is Google.
Yeah.
And what's the other one? Apple. They're on the board. Like, so I think these people are all connected. The same,
Sure.
and the same goes for Bill Gates, who's invested in them as well.
I want to throw something out, dude. If they wanted your DNA bad enough, they just gotta go to the hospital anytime. Have you ever had blood drawn for anything ever? Then they have your DNA.
You might have a good point, but it all depends on who's collecting that DNA and whether they keep it.
We know that our medical system is ran by our government. We know that.
Yeah.
So there you go. The government has our DNA.
Well,
they
no,
have
no.
all of our shit, man.
But that's if the government wants to take us and just duplicate us, right?
Oh,
But
if
I'm
they
talking
want
about
to.
these people. I don't want to send them to these people
Oh,
specifically.
I see.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that I could be fucking replicated easily. I mean, look, they did it to, how many people?
I guess
Joe
it's
Biden?
Oh, no.
Hella Joe Biden. It's on Gen 6 Joe Biden.
Right,
Yeah.
no shit.
He's like, malfunction the fuck out.
yeah,
They're
Copied
running
him
through
too
them. They're
many
like
times.
upgrading them, dude.
It's the same as fucking Hillary Clinton. How many versions of that bot did we get?
Bruh.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't think that's
mean,
a bot. I don't think it's a human, though. I think that's more of a
entity. Demon?
cunt.
Oh, a cunt? Is
Fucking
that a
coon,
you know.
living creature these days?
It's
Macunda.
living. It's living. I don't think it's human as much as it's just what it is. It's just a
cunt.
thing, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Hillary is definitely on that level, dude.
Yeah.
And but I think that they're just harvesting that negative energy, that dark energy, whatever they can get their hands on.
But now, like we're talking about, you got people out here that are way more susceptible to be TIs, right? You got people, and you said there are people that are more susceptible to be hypnotized, which perfectly makes sense.
I mean, they kind of run hand in hand.
I was about to say.
It's all mental.
Yeah.
Right? Exactly. It's all mental. And then you take that person who's already susceptible to be mentally molded, so to speak, or guided. We'll put it like that.
Okay.
Right? Then you get them into these private sessions,
Mm.
maybe introduce some chemical compounds, and which we know that truth serum is a thing, right? That's an actual interrogation technique. I forget the actual chemical name for it, but it's a real fucking thing. And if we have a chemical compound to make you tell the truth no matter what, you think we don't have a chemical compound to make you agree to anything no matter what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah,
double down on that, and now we have actual zombies.
For sure, dude. All right, so Bo, what was it exactly that you looked at this and you were like, okay, he might be innocent. He might not that he's innocent, he definitely committed those acts, but
Yeah.
that he was his soul was taken over.
Okay, so mainly it was mainly just like fucking I saw the TikTok for one. And then I just kind of, like I said, I seen that the news articles and shit, everything that was happening with that. I was like, wow, this is kind of weird. The day after, and then really talking to his friend, right? For talking to his friend the entire time, it kind of turned from like me asking this dude for information to me kind of like consoling this person, because they
Yeah.
kept just messaging me and being like, I can't fucking believe this happened, like I can't fucking believe that this happened. Like I'm fucking done. Like, and not only was this person sad that Marlo had did this person knew the people that got killed.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it was like they had this whole friend group of people, right, that were living in these houses. Like they had the houses and they're all living next to each other, and they were all friends from fucking school and shit. They've known each other for a long time. And then Marlo lost his fucking mind, and he thought that those people were a part of what he describes as the terror cell. And like he states in his video, that he is going and doing the first attack against mind control. But you know what, bro? That's exactly what the fuck they would want you to do. That's exactly what they're trying to make you do. That's exactly their fucking point. You could push gun control now a little bit more because Stephen Marlowe just murdered a 15-year-old girl and her mother.
But what gun did he use?
Actually, I don't know.
See? Now, if that was a little 22, there's not going to be any gun uproar.
Also, I really want to know if there's any research on the people that were actually gunned down. Like, is there any reason to believe that these people were working? Just, devil's advocate here.
Right.
Like, is there any reason to believe, like, are these people that were, that were gunned down, are they in cahoots with somebody or something?
I
I don't
don't
know.
think
I
so.
just want to know a little bit more information.
I
about
think-
I'm
that.
gonna
they're-
guesstimate and say it was an AR that he used.
Well, okay, so let me just read this right quick. It says the prime suspect in 2 Dayton, Ohio shootings that left 4 people dead has been taken into custody. Police confirmed on Saturday. Stephen Marlowe, 39, was apprehended in Kansas by the Lawrence Police Department. Butler Township Police Chief John Porter said at the press conference the suspect was captured around 10 p.m. Porter said local authorities are making arrangements to extradite Marlowe. This puts an end to the multi-state search for Marlowe, who is considered to be armed and dangerous in the Dayton area. The shooting on Friday included a teenage girl and her mother. Eva and Clyde Knox were found dead in their home Friday morning. Sarah Anderson and her 15-year-old daughter Kyla were also discovered dead shortly after. He fled in a 2004 Ford Edge SUV.
Ew.
And Marlowe was charged with 4 counts of aggravated murder on Saturday. I'm sorry, boys, I can't read very well, but
You're
on
good.
Saturday, prior to the apprehension of the U.S. District Court, the Southern District of Ohio issued a federal arrest warrant charge of unlawful flight to avoid prosecution as well.
So they didn't say anything about the weapon he was using.
No,
Oh.
it didn't say anything about the weapons he's
Well,
using.
damn.
Normally they'd
I'm
take full
wondering.
advantage of
That's
that.
my point. That's why I'm thinking maybe it wasn't an AR because there's no soapbox to stand on with it. Maybe it was like a little
Right.
9mm pistol or something. Like you remember the
Yeah, I
Virginia Tech
maybe it could've
shooting
been.
was with pistols. You didn't hear shit about the gun uproar. They were more worried about his vest, his tactical gear he was wearing. It was like,
Right.
bro, he was wearing a vest with some pockets.
Right. Yeah, that's not even a big deal.
Mm.
Now, Bo, I know that you also went fairly deep on direct energy weapons.
Yeah.
Do these two correlate? Like, as far as the mind fucking and direct energy weapons, I mean, you would have to imagine that it's not just physical damage that these direct energy weapons could possibly do, right?
No. So some of the people that were reportedly TIs were showing things like missing bits of hair in the back of their head where they believe the beams are hitting them.
Wow.
And dude, like EMF meters, you have the electromagnetic frequency meter. You can fucking search around your house, see if you
Right.
fucking ever hear anything, some of these people have videos and shit of them just walking with their EMF meter and it's fucking dinging off when it shouldn't be.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's as a result of like their Wi-Fi strength or something, right?
Well, it could be. I have an EMF meter here, but I have to put it up right next to my signal, my router, right where the signal thing is, and that's when it will go off. Or I have to put it right up next to my phone, and that's when it will go off. But
right.
sometimes
it's all a form of radiation in some way.
correct, yeah, and it's just like any type of EMF, like 5G towers, they emit EMF. I go stand by them with my meter and it's beep 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 beep. It's going off. Fucking it knows.
For sure.
Sometimes randomly when you're walking, them shits go off just randomly.
Well, dude, and that's why you hear about like certain people who have, or maybe they're running from the country or the government or something like that. They'll cover their house in those Faraday cages.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's his name? Did it? Fuck. The smart dude.
Which one? There's a bunch.
He's the one that said you pop the phone out of, or you pop the battery out of your phone, and the government can still turn it on and listen to it.
Oh shit! Who was
Edward
that?
Snowden. Fuck.
Yeah.
I couldn't
Yeah,
think of that
fuck,
name.
dude. That's what I was thinking that.
Edward Snowden. That's where he's at, bro. He's living in a Faraday cage. McAfee was doing the same thing.
Yeah, he was.
Doing the same thing, and so these people who are smart enough that understand this technology and what technology is capable of doing in the wrong hands, they know that it's full on possible for them to be attacked by these frequencies.
Right.
Yeah.
They're not scared of the fucking Wi-Fi, bro. That's
No.
not it.
No.
Yeah, it's not. It's like, yeah, they can. I believe that these energy weapons and the shit that they use, I think that they target certain areas, like where we have violent areas. I think that they scramble those areas with high frequencies for those people to fucking freak out. Jonathan, that second video that I sent you,
Yeah.
I sent you one about that was like it was an aired thing about the Havana syndrome.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was like literally talked about that shit going into it about the Havana syndrome. I'm
Do you
not
want me
very
to-
good at
You want me
paraphrasing.
to pull it up?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, like agreed as you're talking about like the inner cities, right? How they hit them with certain frequencies to make them pissed off, right? And
Yes.
to make that area, like you said, what'd you say, violence areas?
More violent areas. Yeah, like
I would agree with
where I
that.
live, Hilltop area, bro. Hilltop area since like 2022, 2021.
Yeah,
There's been like fucking couple of hundred of murders, bro. Like right where my girlfriend's mom is, where she
Yeah.
lives, motherfuckers get killed in that alleyway.
absolutely.
Just shot dead. Fucking
But you also look at the environment of that area, right? You look
Right.
at this same spot, every other shop is like a liquor store, right?
literally, and I think that's by design too. I think that's by
Exactly.
design too. There's a liquor store and a gun shop at every fucking corner,
Exactly.
and
it's the
they're
same way that
scrambling their heads.
the war on drugs, all they did was just pump drugs into those communities to stir the pot, to get prison populations up.
Right.
Absolutely, man.
All right, let's hear what this
Havana.
Havana.
Don't
Oh
you
la
do it.
la.
No, God, ugh. I listen to that
That's a
song too
solid-
much because my wife.
It's a solid bop. All right, we're gonna get to it.
Solid Bob.
Not a fan of Camilla.
All right, so it says Havana syndrome, a secret energy weapon. It makes you question what else are they hiding in the basement.
Okay.
I love it. I love how it's starting already. It's just 1 minute. Check it out.
Whoa, that's loud. What the
Yeah.
fuck?
It started
Yeah, it's
with a
fucked up. Sorry,
weird,
boys.
piercing sound.
It was persistent,
High-pitched.
High-pitched sound.
very, very loud.
Those who heard it told newspapers it was soon followed by
Strong nausea.
An incredible case of vertigo.
Dizziness.
Excruciating headaches.
These mysterious afflictions were first reported in the Cuban capital in 2016, and they were thus called.
Havana syndrome.
Havana syndrome.
Havana syndrome.
Since then, more cases have been reported in China, Vienna, and now also Berlin. The symptoms were described as
An invisible injury.
many victims reported brain damage without ever sustaining a concussion. What's even stranger is that of about 200 reported cases, nearly half involved CIA agents. That's why these incidents started to look a lot like
Sonic attacks.
Attack of unknown nature. But with a mysterious invisible weapon.
Whoa.
Crazy shit, dude.
I'd buy that.
And
They had
is-
news coverage on it.
and
talking
this-
about.
this is what Stephen Marlowe was like referencing to?
Yeah, he was referencing one of the main things that made him, I think, fucking lose his mind. Because like when somebody's getting fucking MK Ultra'd, right? There's the thing, like there's certain things that you can do to trigger them, have them fucking trip the fuck out, activate them, right?
Right.
And I think that he was on his way to activation already. He was losing his shit. He was thinking that people around him were a part of the terror cell, you know, and that's literally what I believe is the point. I think that's what the point is.
As
I think that-
somebody who suffers from the ringing, I can say it is enough to drive you absolutely insane.
Yeah. So see,
I
there
got
you go.
tinnitus like a motherfucker from the Marine Corps. Dude,
Yeah.
that ringing constantly, and some days are better than others, granted, but it's constantly there. Dude, it's enough to make you lose your shit, no doubt.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of these people have experienced and explained that they were experiencing stuff like when they were doing certain things or going at certain places, like they were getting and like, dude, I think that there's certain ways that they find you, right? And certain ways that they get their targeted individuals, and like this is a fuck, if I could find it really quick. This is a weird thing about what he had said in his email, right? He fucking basically started, like, he moved into one of his friend's house in Ohio, right? When he was 26. He started watching porn. Okay. At the time, I wasn't sure why. Since I had never really been interested in porn, but I started watching nonetheless. I discovered a bizarre pornographer on some of the porn sites by the name of Stalker-B. The pornography produced by Stalker-B was basically a mashup of different porn videos, but overwritten with different different music and subliminal messages. Some are even overlaid with binaural beats. If you are unfamiliar with binaural beats, a binaural beat is an illusion created by the brain when you listen to two tones with slightly different frequencies at the same time. And then he goes into talking about your brain interprets two tones of a beat of its own. The two tones align with your brain waves to produce a beat with different frequency. This frequency is the difference in hertz between the frequencies of the two tones. For example, if you're listening to 440 hertz tone with your left ear and 444 hertz tone with your right ear, you would be hearing a 4 hertz tone. And then he just basically goes into talking about how the fucking porn was laced with binaural beats. The porn seems to be focused on submissiveness for males, as well as gender identity confusion and sexual orientation, in attempts to use subliminal message along with sexual conditioning to break down the victim's masculinity and prey upon insecurities. All of these videos are far from pornography and much closer to brainwashing and psychographics.
I could believe that. 1,000%.
I think-
Dude, here's the thing. I think Pornhub, I'm not even going to lie to you, dude. I think Pornhub is like
CIA.
it's government ran.
Absolutely.
Because
Straight
you got to
up.
think about it. Most people wouldn't ever even, me specifically, I can't talk on behalf of most people. But I can tell you right now, dude, if it wasn't for Pornhub, I would just be probably into missionary. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Like, but now, like, you got all these different genres of things
Yeah.
that people would never even think about that they're now addicted to it.
Yep.
And so I think that's a
1,000% with you, bro.
whole fucking category in and of itself.
Here's what
Totally,
I'm going to say. Sex sells, right? And it always will sell. And in this country, which Pornhub is an American company, we get taxes, right? And we got bureaus of people whose whole job is to allow what you are and are not allowed to see. Okay? So when you're thinking about that, like you're talking about brainwashing, you're talking about how it's state ran. Absolutely. They are trying to steer you subliminally at your most vulnerable, at your most weakest, at your most intimate, right? They're trying to steer you a certain direction to make you internally, where nobody knows about, internally you feel, like you had said, demasculated, right? Gender confused. Like, absolutely. All of that makes perfect sense to me.
We've got it going on wide scale. MK Ultra 2023 happening right now.
Absolutely.
With the woke warriors, with the woke warriors that are going fucking crazy and trying to make children. I mean, I don't know.
Right.
I ain't with the shit.
I ain't with
Nah, dude. What do they call them now? Not pedophiles anymore.
Minor attracted persons.
Yeah,
Maps.
Yes. Yeah, dude. That is
Disgusting.
like to even be on the level of thinking that what you're saying is even minorly correct.
Yeah.
To call yourself, oh, I'm not a pedophile, I'm just a minor attracted person. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
No. No.
Literally, get the fuck out of here, dude.
Literally no
Straight up.
tolerance for this.
Get the fuck out of here.
Like, that's fine if you say
I'll
you were
kick your
born
fucking
that
ass.
way. Like,
What the fuck?
oh, it's a thing I'm born with, and my brain is. That's cool. I think that you no longer deserve to live because of the way that your brain is wired. I'm sorry.
Yes, you have a disease, and that disease needs to be eradicated
And
ASAP.
see, now the big talk is, what do you believe in euthanizing the mentally disabled? Because if it's a mental disorder, we can't just kill people for mental disorders, because that's a slippery slope to all this other shit. And it's like, I can already see that
yeah.
conversation going that way.
Yep.
I don't care. I draw the line at pedophiles. I will fucking die on that hill. Don't care.
Yeah, same here.
Touch a kid, you deserve a bullet. That's it.
Not even a
Agree.
bullet. I'm saying, like, I want some Saw torturous shit going on.
Oh, I
right
would
there.
love that. But
Yeah.
I'm also looking at the amount of pedophiles that we have to get rid of, and the amount of time that would take to do the Saw thing.
Yeah.
I don't have time to start a whole nother industry. A bullet's quick. You know what I'm saying? Let's just move on to the next one.
Agreed.
I mean, they got those log splitters. You could just fucking throw a head down on the log splitter.
Yo,
You
I
buy
tell
one
you
log
what.
splitter.
Do it like they did in the prison camps. Line them up head to head, like alongside, and see how many you can get through with a bullet. And like just do it that way, make it more efficient, more bang for your buck, so to speak.
I guess you could do that.
It works.
You don't want to waste any money on them. I get it.
to.
That just is what it is. I think we can all agree on
Then
that.
again, a knife doesn't need reloading, so there's that.
Log splitter doesn't need reloading either.
But the wood chipper, dog. I'm with it. Right? All right, enough talking about murdering people, because that is murder.
Oh, Jesus.
But I'm also okay with that,
I'm for that murder.
right?
Yeah.
I'm super okay with that. And if
I'm
God
all-
has an issue with it, when I meet him, I will
Judge me then.
explain myself hardcore. But anyway.
Yes, agreed. So
Maybe this guy was getting hit with these pulses, right? I'm not saying I believe it. I personally don't, but okay, these things happen.
well,
and we
it's-
know that for sure.
It's not even a matter of if it was this guy or not. It doesn't matter. Just knowing that it exists, bro.
Right.
Knowing that it is a tool as they want to use as they see fit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, this guy's getting a little too close to the truth. You know, this guy knows something, or this girl knows something, you know? Well, you know what? We don't want to leave anything for the coroner to find out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna send some shit into this fucking person's brain and
Literally.
make them just, I don't know, kill themselves.
Right.
I'm sure a lot of suicides go this way, and I don't know, dude. I'm kind of on the fence as far as crazy people. I think that the word crazy does get thrown around very softly.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like it not softly. It gets thrown around very loosely is
That's
what I mean.
crazy, bro.
And so I don't know, dude. I just don't think that everybody's crazy. That like,
no, and I don't want to sound like I'm bad mouthing the mentally handicapped or somebody who's like actually dealing with like some schizophrenia. Like, yo, these people need help, right?
Well, the reason I say that is, who's to say that all that shit really isn't going on in their reality?
Literally.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they're real, like, and that's one thing that DMT can show people is that, dude, this reality is so malleable, bro. Like, it is so easily manipulated and it is so fake. Like,
well, if I could manipulate $1 million into my bank account, I'd be here for it.
That's why we need the DMT.
Dude, Andrew Tate did it. Like, literally.
Let's talk about him. He's arrested right now.
Oh yeah, but but that shit's on. That's just that guy got swatted, bro. He got straight swatted.
Alleged human trafficking.
He doesn't have to traffic bitches, bro. They'll flock to him.
I know. I don't. That,
I'm on
all of the people.
There is no women there. They don't fucking arrest traffickers, bro.
No,
they don't do that. They don't break their doors down. What's happening to the fucking with the Maxwell trials and the list that we have? And no.
Personally, I think that Andrew Tate is a plant, bro, himself.
You think what?
Yeah. I think that, how did he get so big, bro?
He's a world champion kickboxer who's won a couple of titles.
Name any other kickboxer.
Well, him and Tristan bought a bunch of stocks too.
The average person won't be able to. That's what I'm saying. Like,
well, he got popular because of his fighting, and then he started a podcast, and because of his views, and because he says so much outlandish shit, he got big that way. But like, I would say most people don't know who Andrew Tate is. Like most adults, there are some that do, but like it's not like he's a household name.
He was getting like 50, 100 million views on fucking TikTok.
Was he?
Yeah, dude. Like this dude was popular as fuck.
See, I don't have TikTok, so I wouldn't know.
He got deplatformed off everything though.
Yeah, I get that. But then he also got the same thing happen to him not too long ago. Some girl claimed that he beat the shit out of her and all this. Come to find out, it was complete bullshit. He was exonerated and all of that.
Yeah, they were just having a kinky sex thing. And there was like the video of the kinky sex thing that he released later. And then the lady came out later and was like, no, that was just a kinky sex thing that we were doing.
Yeah.
That he wasn't actually beating my ass. Like it was consensual kinky sex.
Video evidence, dog.
Okay, here's my thing. Why I think that he's an actual plant himself. I don't know what branch of what government or what,
Romania.
I mean, maybe it's some Illuminati shit. Personally, that's what I think it is. But what that is ultimately connected to, who knows? At the very, very top.
You think he's Illuminati, dude?
Yeah.
Really?
I think they've tried to get him, bro. They follow him. The deep state guys be following him. If you follow him, you see the shit that he posts on his like Instagram and shit. Like when he does get to be able to post shit.
I do agree with some of his standpoints.
A lot of his pictures standing just like this, bro. Holding up the triangle. Oh, dude, you can find hundreds of these pictures of this fucking guy holding up the Illuminati sign.
Oh, shit.
Like, I'm talking about the same level, and that's why I don't trust Trump. That's why I don't trust Trump, by the way, either. Because he's always doing that Illuminati fucking hand shit whenever every time he's sitting down or he's talking, he's literally... Yeah, he's doing it with all of his fingers, but that is the Illuminati shit that he's trying to show you.
I've never trusted Trump on a personal level. I thought he did a good job for the presidential role, but like as a person, nah, dude. Like, I don't.
Right. And I don't know, dude. Maybe there are some good people in the Illuminati. Is that even possible? I mean, I always saw it as like some kind of satanic death cult, but
I wonder how many of them actually know that. Very similar to the Freemasons, right? Like 99.9% of Masons don't know what they're about,
Probably even higher percentage of that.
I'd say that.
Because there's a lot of Freemasons you meet, and they're like, oh, dude, Freemasonry is the best thing that's ever happened to me. And I'm just like, is it, dude? Like, I wonder what that means. What do you mean by that?
Right.
Compromise.
I mean? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
This guy's looking reptilian as fuck right now, bro.
Dude, man, yeah,
Jesus
that's some
Christ.
crazy shit. So anytime, like, and especially, I want to do a whole
Well, let
episode
me
on
ask you now,
this.
with the Andrew Tate with the hand, like, was he flexing? Was it like a pose he was doing
Nope.
with like
No,
just him doing that for nothing?
just like that's how he stands. Just like Trump stands every time he's having a conversation, holding his hands out, just
Alright.
like a fucking Illuminati triangle.
Okay, now.
And so that's what I'm saying. He
But
was
him
doing
and
that
his
same
brother were arrested for human trafficking in Romania, which is that their home country?
shit. I mean, I don't know who the fuck
No,
his
they're
brother
from the
was.
United
But
Kingdom.
I thought so. Okay. But
Yeah.
even still, dude, nobody gives a fuck about human trafficking in Romania. That's right by
Yeah,
Ukraine. Like nobody
They
gives a
got baited
fuck.
as fuck, dude. They
Yeah.
got baited as fuck, dude.
Yeah.
There was no women inside of this house when this happened, right? And Tate, when he was getting arrested, putting in the car, he's like, "The Matrix has attacked me."
yeah,
He's been saying this shit was going to happen for a minute, dude. And then after he got arrested, tweet says the Matrix sent their agents. Fucking of course they did, brother. You broke the Matrix. You went and you bought stocks and you got fucking hella rich. And then you went out talking a bunch of shit that people won't agree with or people will agree with, you know.
right.
You
how-
can't fucking do that in this Matrix. You literally can't be that big and have that big of a platform and speak out against Balenciaga, speak out against child trafficking, speak out against the woke movement,
But
speak
see,
out against everything.
But
Like
they
he
have
was.
guys that do. Like Alex Jones gets more views than CNN, right? And technically speaking, he is mainstream media, even though he's talking about all this crazy shit. However, Andrew Tate being an influencer, that's the difference. Alex Jones is not an influencer. He's
So-
like a news anchor.
And here's the thing with Alex Jones, all these people who are very high up, I would like to think that the government doesn't want, and whenever I say government, all I mean is just the hidden shit that that's under wraps.
Right.
I don't mean like, your fucking uncle that works at, the courthouse
Yeah,
or some
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
I mean like, the deep dark shit. I think that you wouldn't want, if you're running the show, you wouldn't want somebody to have an opposing like hero
Yeah.
against you, right? So I think that that's why they put out such polarizing figures to where there's always going to be haters and there's always going to be lovers. And whenever you got somebody like literally fighting to the death as far as hate and love and right and left and blue and red and all
Right.
that shit, it doesn't matter what happens on the outside of that because that's encapsulated so many of the people that there's not even room for anybody to think. That's why the TV is magic, dude. It's literally magic. It's remote controlling you. It's programming you. It's channeling you. It's doing all this fucking negative shit. Don't think for a second that whenever you watch a TV show that it's not somehow programming you. That's like in
Facts.
some form or fashion it is doing it. Whether it's obvious what they're saying or maybe it's the flicker rate on the TV.
Maybe.
Every single TV show, every single cartoon, they all have different flicker rates. That's
And
why some cartoons are more popular than others, by the way.
And that same
Yeah.
hypnosis technique very well may have been used on your boy.
Literally.
It's possible.
Through the porn, through the
I don't know, man.
other shit, dude. Like he set himself up for it, honestly, in my opinion. You can't go around fucking around on these weird porn sites, bro. Like if you're fucking around on weird porn sites, you're gonna fucking find weird shit. And
Yup.
that's how you get baited by operatives. It's by fucking
Who knows? Who knows? I don't personally believe that he was a pawn. I think that he was actually a mentally disturbed human being. As of now.
Unless that was egged on.
Now, granted, I'm not like completely discrediting all of these talking points that we have brought up. I'm giving them their fair shake.
Right.
I'm saying that as of now, currently, I still believe that he was just kind of a little out of his brain and lost his mind. Now, if some new evidence comes out here soon and like some more things get discovered, like, hey, I'm all about changing my opinion on it. Like, no doubt.
Well, just as we said earlier about how a hypnotist will try and find the person who's most suggestive. And I know we kind of grazed over this before. Whoever is performing these sending whatever kind of frequency, some kind of negative rays to these people's heads, and they're being targeted, you would have to imagine that those people were already a little crazy to begin with, and it just pushed them over the edge.
Yeah.
Some people are assholes, and then they drink, and then they're even bigger assholes.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And so I think it's along the same track a little bit.
Yeah.
Track, not tracked.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Totally agree.
So, Bo, anyway, this was an awesome episode, dude. Every time you come on, it's a fucking banger right out of the ballpark.
Hell yeah, man.
We
Appreciate
love
it.
having you on, dude. Let the people know where they can find your shit.
All right, yeah. So again, it's just I'm Bo Anti-Slave QE. You can find me at Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, BitChute, pretty much anywhere. You just search up Anti-Slave QE, you'll find me.
Hell yeah, brother.
Okay, so getting to the nitty gritty of this, Bo, maybe not this guy, but how far do you think this can go? And do you think that this is happening often?
Yes, I think it's happening all the time. I think every time that we see a shooter that is it's like some wild shit that's happening, right, dude? Fucking, why is that going out loud? But anywho, dude, yeah, no, I totally think that this shit is happening wide scale. I think it's happening wide scale. I mean, you see the shit with the Havana syndrome and everything. Like I said, he said that he believed that he was targeted to be the Dayton shooter, right?
Mm.
That shit just trips me out, dude. That trips me out. Like he was saying it like, fuck, man, I think I'm gonna become this, or this. Right, and we just have so many cases in which you find out that these people that are doing this crazy shit as they got ties to intelligence in one way, shape, or another.
Yeah.
They
Fully
just got
agree.
ties to intelligence.
What do you think, Jacob? What do you think about all this?
I'm saying that it definitely has some extremely compelling points.
Some merit?
And I definitely believe that it happens and that it is currently happening. Maybe for shooters, maybe for, well, my mind goes to a million different places. When you have somebody who's suggestible like that, that's already a little on the crazy side of things, right? And again, I am not using crazy as a hateful word. Don't fucking roast me, people. Okay, that being said, yeah, why couldn't you use them to not only, go on a shooting spree? Why couldn't you use them for some sort of corporate espionage?
I have one last question for you, Jacob. What would it take for somebody to come out and say that they are actually being targeted in this way? What would be an instance, that you would believe?
I don't know, man. Like on very real life, let's say that somebody I know, who I know is a little out there, maybe a little disturbed, not necessarily like super depressed and super like, oh, it's that kid, like just somebody who's kind of, something's up. Okay. And he randomly pulls me aside one day and says, okay, the government's targeting me and they're telling me to do this. What would make me believe him?
Yes.
I honestly don't know.
Would it have to be somebody that you know?
It would have to be somebody that I knew well enough that I would be able to trust their mental fortitude. Okay. Like I would need to know like this person and know like that this isn't like they're not crazy. They're not just like off their meds this week.
So like if your dad came to you and told you that, you'd believe him.
Yeah, no doubt. If my dad, of all fucking people, you had to choose that guy.
Yeah.
You realize my dad, you ever seen that 70s show? My dad is Red fucking Foreman, dog. But a super nice version, but like that's his standpoint towards most shit.
Yeah. I
so
feel
if
that.
That guy came to me and legitimately
out of nowhere wasn't like, kind of milking it on, just out of nowhere.
And I could tell he was being serious. Yeah, no, something's up. Something's fucking up. Maybe he's actually lost his mind. He's crazy, but I know that he is a mentally strong human being. And if he is saying the government's fucking with him, yeah, you got me. I'm listening.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Okay,
that's a good point.
Now, if it was you, actually, I would. If you told me that, I would probably dig deeper for sure.
If I
just Jonathan's losing it, he's losing it.
No, because I know his level of crazy, and I know like what the baseline is because he knows mine. And if I was to come to him and say the government's targeting me, he'd probably think that I got into something that I shouldn't have gotten into.
I would think immediately that I'm next.
Really? You would believe me?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I would know that I would be next.
I thought you were just going to say that I was on a bender.
No, you guys' podcast and all, bro. Anybody doing a podcast that's like, honestly, anybody that's doing any type of truth-seeking shit, dude, I think anybody that is doing any type of truth-seeking shit is susceptible.
Oh, I'm sure we are on so many watch lists.
Oh, dude, I would tell so many people that I'm very close to please get off the radar.
Yeah.
Like, go somewhere that ain't nobody gonna find you. Because if they ain't getting me, then they're probably targeting people that I'm close to.
Dude, that's the dream, is to have a fucking plot of land for the whole fam.
Right. You know what though? Like
compound.
in a very sick way. Like, I don't want them to come after us, right? Obviously, I don't want that to happen. That would suck. Then we wouldn't be able to keep going. Maybe they come after us hard. Who knows, right? But, like, a little piece of me would, like, I would wear that as a badge of honor.
Oh, I am. I'm expecting it one day. I don't know. I hope it doesn't happen. Like, I hope we don't get arrested.
Right.
But, like, if we were to get arrested for speaking truth, fucking A, man.
Yeah.
That's how legends are made, son.
I mean, hey, dude. They brought back the old, what was it called? The misinformation board or some shit?
This is the Ministry of Truth in real time, bro.
Right.
That's 1984 Orwellian shit.
Who's running this shit now? Dare I ask who's running it now?
Oh, I don't think they have, like, a top person like that anymore.
Oh, are you sure? Because I thought the uranium guru would have been a great candidate for that. The transgender person who stole some random lady's luggage. I think we should put him in for the role. I think he's best suited for it. She, them, they.
God.
That
no, I think
being.
he's just a cross-dresser, right?
Is it? Or is it a zemze? Whatever the fuck that is.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, I don't know, man. Buffalo Bill shit. I don't know. Buffalo Bill.
There's always the extreme, you know.
Yeah, there's always the extreme.
Here we are.
Lotion on.
You know, we got the regular cross dressers out here just doing their thing, living their life, and then you got this asshole trying to make a skin suit.
Fucking giving us all a bad rap.
There's always that one fucking guy.
The bad apple.
There always is. But that just kind of goes to show how this could be easily wrapped up is, you know, is this guy crazy? Yeah, he probably was. Was he, you know, pushed a little bit closer to the edge? I believe that there's a possibility of that.
Okay. So, yes, he was crazy. I'll agree with you there. Maybe he was forced into being crazy. Maybe he was sent crazy, not gone crazy, right? He didn't go crazy.
Right.
He was made crazy.
Just milked over time.
Hey. Yeah. All right, I could buy that.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
Fuck with over time, dude, until he snaps. It's like a lot of these people that do end up snapping.
I was going to say, hold on now. That's what the Joker said what happens, right? So the government didn't make the Joker. Society made him.
Yeah.
Right? But then society is governed and ran by the government, right? What we dictate to be normal, good, or bad behavior.
The governmente.
Right?
The fucking mind control.
Yeah, dude.
Or the control of the mind.
Yeah, man. 1,000%.
Yeah, dude, all day. I'm a full-on believer in all of this stuff. Cult members write to us. What do you think about all this kind of shit? I mean, it kind of takes some deep thought. You got to really think about it. Because on the surface, it does sound crazy. I'm not even going to lie.
I mean,
on the surface, it really does. But
yeah, it does.
You got to think about the possibilities here.
Yeah.
And that's what having your third eye open means. That's what that means.
It may sound crazy, but at the same time, it is not wrong. It's
Right.
not incorrect.
Right.
Let me put it like that.
Right. You just got to be open to exploring different possibilities other than what your mind naturally conjures up. That's the deal. That's what having your third eye open to us means.
Yeah,
totally.
So anyway, Bo, thank you so much for coming on. Of course, you always
guys.
deliver some awesome, fascinating topics. Anyhow, this was another beautiful episode of the Cult of Conspiracy, and my name's Jonathan.
I'm Jacob.
And there's one very important, extremely vital thing we need you to learn and do and just live your life this way. Open up that third eye.
Hey, cult members, Jacob here. Just wanted to ask, who wants better sex? The best way to get started is to go to adamandeve.com right now. Adam and Eve is offering 50% off just about any item, but that's not all. When you get one item, they will also send 3 bonus sexy items and 6 free movies. They offer discreet shipping as your privacy is a priority, plus free shipping on your entire order. Doesn't matter how much you spend or what you buy. All will be packaged and sent discreetly for free. That's 50% off one item and 10 free gifts to boot. Bring more pleasure and satisfaction into your bedroom. Just go to adamandeve.com and select any one item. It could be an adventurous new toy or anything you desire. Just enter the offer code CULT at checkout and you'll get 50% off almost any item, plus 10 free gifts, 3 bonus items, 6 free movies, and free shipping. Use the offer code CULT, that's C-U-L-T, at adamandeve.com. Now, this is an exclusive offer specific to this podcast, so be sure to use this code to get you not just the discount and the free goodies, but also the 100% free shipping with the code CULT.